Well, everybody, I just pulled the long side out. As you can see, there's a reason we wanted to get into this old girl. I mean, the 90-weight's just running everywhere. Of course, it's going to be good because nothing should be seized up or rusted up in this. That makes it for, you know, easy disassembly. But I'm going to loosen up these. That's a 5/16 square socket. And I don't know, I think this might be, yeah, that's a Napa socket. They sell them 5/16 square. Fit right on there nice. So, this shaft always has to go out that way, even though it's long. So I'm going to take this off. On the other two videos, I really didn't show much of the disassembly, but this time here, I'm going to show you the disassembly. And then that'll be the end of this, because I've already showed you putting one together. So, I'll be back in just a minute. Yeah, I guess we're in frame anyway. Yeah, so I just loosened the jam nut there. I forgot to turn the camera on, but now we'll pull this locking bolt out. Go. Take it all the way out and then you don't have to worry about it. Man. Oh, I see I learned something. The other side just had a button. I didn't realize it was broke off. So once I get this side fixed, I got to take that other side back apart and make a new one of these shafts. Huh. Yeah, that's good education. It's gonna set me back an hour or so, but anyway, that's all right. I thought it was just a button because it had been loose for a long time, just riding on it, so I assumed. So we will go on up and get this. Those are 9/16. I'm just going to pull this cap off on the back and I'll bring you back. Now I just wiggled that around and it loosened this up. You don't have to take any of these snap rings off. Once you take that cover off, everything will slide this way. At least that's the way it is on this, you know, 75 unit. The older ones might be a little different. We'll just take this right here and smack it and see how far it goes. Let's see here. That don't feel very rusty, so. Well, I might have to get my copper hammer up here. Well, I've been pounding here for about probably 4 or 5 minutes. I did take a piece of sandpaper. I reached in through here and I sanded before it. And it didn't come out easy, but not that bad either. So anyway, yeah, this drum here ain't as good a shape as the other one was in. But that one might be bad enough. Might want to put it in the lathe and just take this edge off a little. We'll see what it looks like when I get it washed. So anyway. Let's see, we'll set that right there. And now to make things easy. We'll put our stand back on this side. We can stand this thing up. That'll be the best 5 minutes you ever do. 2 1/4 inches up from the bottom, can be a 2x4 or anything. And that is 2.535 inches, basically 2.5 inches center to center. And now we can work on it. Yeah, that ain't bad. Slide it around. So I think that's all I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to call it a night. But, well, maybe I'll take this off. And if I can find an adjustable here. Yep. Don't know if that moved any or not. Yeah, guess it did. So, look at that, just simple cast iron over the nub in here. Now this one's got locks in it. Let's see here, where's the end of that cotter pin? Right there. So, we'll get a screwdriver and see what we can knock out here. Okay, I got that cotter pin out. It all came out in pieces, and I think what happened was, I think the bolt went in and just hit it enough to bend it on the inside. I had a hell of a time, but we got it all out. Now we'll see how hard this wants to come out. Beautiful. There's your nut. It's got the sleeve surface on it. So that's all out. Now the next part of it, it just drives out, but you got to undo your seal over here. So I'm going to shut you off while I unbolt that seal. Okay, so I've got the flange on the back all unbolted. Break the gasket. There we go. Gasket's all free. I guess as free as it needs to be. There we go. So now this whole thing just has to drive out. But we're going to take this here off first so that we don't want that sleeve or the seal here to be in our way. One thing about it, you get done taking one of these things apart, you're good for a shower. Beautiful. Now it looks just like the other side. We're just going to drive this apart. And it may go apart easy and it may come apart hard. Who knows? Well, I'd say it's going to come apart a little stiff. That's got a, looks like a shim or, oh, it's a seal of some sort. Some plastic in there. Let's see here if we can get that to come out. That might hold that bearing pretty hard. Alright. Yeah, just an O-ring. And it had taken a set. They don't give you a new one, so it's all right. That'll come apart easier now. Nothing to it. So there's your stuff from the other side. And there's your bearing. And the part that you don't want to lose is that spacer that actually goes against the flat, goes against that big gear. And there may be some shims that fell in there. I don't know. I'll have to look. The other side had 2 shims, but my hands are so dirty I'm not going to get my phone out. So, anyway. So, we can take all this stuff off. And basically to press this off, I just went right underneath the bearing retaining piece here. And I pressed the bearing off that way. And I'm not going to show that to you because it's just a lot of dubbing, but once I get it off, I will show you how to get this seal out of here. This seal's a son of a gun, so I'll be back in a minute. So, this seal in here, you can see the glue. And in fact, that glue's still soft, still tacky. And this thing was glued in from the factory. And you can't get them from this side. If you try pounding it, it'll just tip it right down. So, through trial and error the other day, if you can get a screwdriver to just start somewheres on it, find a spot. Might have to get something thinner than this actually. Like maybe this one here. Huh. No, this one's glued in harder than the other one was. I was starting to get her out though. There we go. So once you get in behind it a little bit, what you want to do is get a real sharp chisel. And this chisel is sharp. So go right down, right through the bottom, if you can. That one's pretty close to there. And move over here a little ways further and do it again. because that's where it gets all of its structural integrity, is that 90. And I may even go a little further, do one more. And and now we come to this side, opposite of where we just went. You notice it falls right out. But I'll tell you, to try to just pound it out. Actually, I can put it on that piece of pine right there and probably get it out. It's a son of a gun, but if you do that, it comes right out. Then just sand up. Oh, it's not even a scratch anywhere. Beautiful. No high spots. So that way you don't stave this thing all up. Hope that helped everybody. Of course, to put it back in, the new seals, 3-inch piece of pipe in the press is the best way to do it. Or at least try to find you a 3-inch piece of pipe. That 3-inch piece of pipe will set right in there beautiful. And it misses the rubber lip. You know, just make sure I've washed this out in the Pat's washer. Just set it in the press it down till it bottoms out. You know, after you get it all clean, of course. Anyway, those are the only other tips I got. And the rest of it's just cleaning and reassembling. Put new seals in. So this is going to be the end of this little series here. Not too many days long. Just dubbing. I am going to have to pull this back apart. Just enough to get that break out. That'll drive me crazy knowing that's broken there. I didn't realize it was broke because that button, when I pulled it out, it was setting in the hole. So I assumed it was just a filler that they put in the holes. But, you know, like I say, these Cubs, this is the first Cub I ever owned. I'm a John Deere man. I grew up, I had my first John Deere when I was 13. So I know a lot about those. I've had the B's completely apart, the A's completely apart, the H's completely apart. When I say completely apart, I'm talking empty bathtub, you know, right down, nothing left in them. And a Super C I've had quite a ways apart, but Farmall, of course. But yeah, so these Cubs are kind of fun. They're small and easy to handle, a lot better than the John Deere A. But anyway, yeah, so I'll clean this mess up tomorrow, and that bearing's still pretty darn good. Wipe that up a little bit. Things got a little dirtier today than they did when I took the other side apart. I might actually have to wash those out and re-oil them, which is all right. It's just an extra step. So anyway, if this is helpful to you and you want to see more stuff, don't hesitate to subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Hit the like button. Ask any questions. Yeah, that's about it on this Cub series of little videos here. This will be the last one. I kind of asked backwards some of it, but that's all right. Hope you enjoy. Talk to you later.